No one saw them coming, and no one understood their connection until the day the shadows fell, and everything changed in the heart of a peaceful neighborhood. Life moved at a comfortable, predictable pace. Sunlight spilled generously across the quiet streets, casting long shadows beneath the trees. Among the familiar sights was a dog, strong, alert, and with paws that carried him confidently along the sidewalks. Yet, despite his commanding presence, he was a figure largely unnoticed by the people who passed him by. He was just another part of the daytime scenery. But one day, everything shifted when a cat appeared. She was sleek and cautious, her movements precise and silent. Unlike the dog's bold strides, she preferred the gentle warmth of the sunlit gardens, slipping between bushes and flowers as if she belonged to another world. At first, their encounters were brief and tense. Two strangers in a space neither was used to sharing. The dog would bark sharply when the cat came too close, a warning to stay away. The cat, nimble and wary, would arch her back and retreat, eyes never losing sight of the dog. The neighborhood residents saw this as ordinary animal behavior, rivalry, a game of dominance. But beneath this surface lay a quiet curiosity neither was willing to admit. Days turned into weeks. The dog's sharp barks softened into playful growls. The cat's cautious retreat slowed, replaced by curious approaches. On a bright afternoon, as the dog rested beneath a sprawling oak, the cat ventured closer than ever before. There was a moment, a pause in the rhythm of the world, when they simply regarded each other without fear or aggression. That moment marked the beginning of something extraordinary. What had seemed like an ordinary rivalry blossomed into an unspoken understanding. Together, they explored the sunlit corners of the neighborhood, sharing moments hidden from human eyes. The dog's protective nature blended with the cat's agility and stealth. They became companions in a world that barely noticed their existence. Their daytime paws left gentle marks on the dusty paths, footprints of an unseen friendship growing stronger with each passing day. What started as wary strangers transformed into inseparable allies, quietly redefining what it meant to be friends in the broad light of day as the sun dipped below the horizon. The neighborhood transformed. The once familiar streets became cloaked in shadows, and the quiet daytime world gave way to stillness that felt different, heavier, charged with subtle tension. It was during these hours that the dog and cat's bond grew stronger, forged not just in friendship but in silent vigilance. The cat, with her sharp eyes that gleamed in the dark, took the lead. She moved like a whisper through the night, her paws barely making a sound on the pavement. The dog followed close behind, muscles tense, senses heightened. Together, they patrolled the empty streets and deserted alleys, watching and listening. Strange things began to stir in the night, whispers of movement just out of sight, unseen eyes watching from the shadows. Pets in the neighborhood started disappearing, one by one. The human residents were clueless, dismissing the events as coincidence or blaming wild animals. But the dog and cat knew something was wrong. Their nights became missions of silent investigation. The dog's powerful nose picked up scents that sent a chill down his spine. The cat's ears twitched at sounds no one else heard. They discovered disturbed gardens, footprints that didn't belong, and faint traces of a lurking presence. The peaceful neighborhood was hiding a secret, a dark force creeping closer with every passing night. Despite the fear growing in the air, the dog and cat found strength in each other. Their daytime friendship was now a lifeline in the darkness. Where one faltered, the other stood firm. The dog's loyalty and courage combined with the cat's cunning and agility made them a team no shadow could outwit. But the night held more than just mystery. It held danger. The closer they got to the truth, the more the shadows seemed to tighten around them. Strange noises echoed behind walls. Fleeting figures vanished when approached. The suspense built like a slow-burning fire, threatening to engulf everything. Through it all, their bond was unbreakable. The dog's low growl and the cat's hiss were warnings not just to the unseen threat, but to the silence itself. In the deep night, they were no longer just animals wandering the streets. They were guardians, linked by a friendship that might be the neighborhood's last hope. The nights grew darker, the air thicker with tension, and the unseen threat pressing ever closer. It was no longer just about mystery. It was about survival. The dog and cat, once unnoticed companions of daylight and dusk, now stood at the very edge of danger, their friendship about to face the ultimate trial. One particular night, a chilling silence replaced the usual noises of the neighborhood. Even the wind seemed to hold its breath. The dog's ears perked up, muscles coiled for action, while the cat's eyes pierced through the darkness, catching shadows that flickered just beyond sight. They sensed something different, something close and malicious. As they moved together through the empty streets, a sudden sound shattered the silence. A faint cry, desperate and trembling, coming from the heart of the neighborhood. Without hesitation, the dog sprinted toward it, the cat darting silently alongside. The two had come to depend on one another's strengths. Neither would face this alone. They found the source, a small trapped animal, caught in a cruel snare set by the dark force that had haunted their nights. But the danger was far from over. From the shadows emerged a presence that had terrorized the neighborhood, unseen yet palpable, its intent sinister. The dog growled fiercely, standing protectively in front of the frightened creature, while the cat circled, eyes sharp and ready. It was a tense moment, a standoff in the pitch-black night. The dog and cat moved in perfect sync, a silent dance of trust and courage. Neither backed down. Their friendship, built through sunlit days and shadowed nights, became a shield stronger than fear itself. With a final push, their combined strength and determination drove the darkness back, breaking the grip it held on their home. The neighborhood, once plagued by silence and loss, slowly returned to life. The trapped animal was freed, the disappearances stopped, and peace began to settle. Through it all, no faces were needed to tell this story. Only the sound of paws on pavement, the flicker of eyes in the dark, and the unspoken bond between two unlikely friends. Their friendship was more than companionship. It was a force that could withstand the unknown, the dangerous, and the unseen. Daytime Paws, nighttime bonds was not just a tale of the dog and cat. It was a testament to the unbreakable power of trust and loyalty, a silent promise that together no darkness was too deep, no threat too great. True friendship transcends differences and thrives in trust, loyalty, and unity. Even when the world around you is dark and uncertain, together you can overcome any challenge. Sometimes, the strongest bonds are formed in silence, proving that companionship and courage can face the unknown and bring light to the darkest moments.